The Israelites were God's special people. He wanted them to live their lives in a way that pointed people to God. So he gave them a set of instructions called the Law. The Law said to love God with all your heart and to love your neighbor as much as you love yourself. When an expert in the law tested Jesus by asking, "Who is my neighbor?" Jesus told a parable to answer him. A parable is an imaginative story that helps people understand something that's true. Jesus told about a Jewish man who was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho. But his trip was a bit rocky.
All right, fellas, smash him!
Robbers attacked him. They were real rebels. They stripped off his clothes and beat him. Then they went away, leaving him almost dead.
Let's roll!
In Jesus' day, it could be very dangerous to travel. Being robbed of all your stuff was something that could happen. After a bit, a priest came down the path.
Oh dear, he looks hurt.
But instead of helping, the priest moved to the other side of the road.
I don't have time to help. I've got important work to do for God. I'm the cornerstone of my community.
Then a Levite came down the road. A Levite is another kind of priest. But instead of helping the man who was hurt, the Levite crossed to the other side of the road and kept walking too.
It's crystal clear I don't have time for this. I've got work to do at God's temple. I'm a pillar of my community.
The Levite and the priest thought they were following the law by doing their part to serve God, but they did a terrible job of loving their neighbor. Next, a Samaritan man came by. Samaritans were people who served God, but they were not friends with Jewish people. They argued and disagreed with each other about many things. Even though the man on the side of the road was Jewish, the Samaritan stopped and helped him. He was a real gem.
Not to quarry. I'll help you.
He used oil and wine as medicine for his wounds, and he put the man on his own donkey and took him to an inn to rest. The Samaritan even paid the innkeeper to take care of him. When Jesus finished telling the parable, he asked a question back. Which of the three do you think was a neighbor to the man who was attacked by robbers? The expert in the law replied, the one who helped him. Jesus told him, go and do as he did. God cares about everyone. Jesus wants his followers to understand that everyone around us is our neighbor. He even taught us to show love to our enemies. If we want to be like him, we need to show kindness and be willing to go out of our way to help others, even when they may be seen as enemies or people who aren't like us. That's called compassion. Jesus teaches us to show compassion.